Yo yo yo, what's up my peoples? This is Smokey here. Welcome to my MMA series. Be talking about the past UFC events, and just this past Saturday UFC 133 happened, and it was a pretty good event. I kind of had my doubts, there wasn't any big names. Well, there were some big names, but I mean, like, actual really good fights. But yeah, it was a pretty good event. Let's start off here for the prelims. The first prelim fight that aired on Spike was Chad Money Mendez versus Ronnie Yaya. And that fight, it wasn't too entertaining because it was, the typical Anderson Silva, Damian Maia fight where, striker versus grappler. And I mean, and really because toward the second round and third round, when Chad Mendez was taking Yaya down, he was sitting in his guard, but Ronnie Yaya really needs to start working on his guard because I mean, he couldn't do nothing. He was just laying on his back like a little beached whale, and while Chad Mendez was just pounding on him. So in the end, Chad Mendez won by a unanimous decision. And for the next fight, which was Matt Hamill versus Alexander Gustafsson, that was a really good fight. I just wished Matt Hamill would have, pushed it and made it a better fight. But, he had about maybe 2 or 3 good punches to Gustafsson, which made him bleed. But in the second round, Gustafsson came out and he really put a number on Hamill. And I mean, I was very surprised for a very tall fighter, 6'5". He's got really good work, or should I say really good footwork. I mean, he was moving around, and he has pretty good boxing as well. So, he stopped Hamill in the second round via TKO, and I was surprised. Like, he really put a hurting on Hamill. Wow, like, once the ref stopped it, Hamill was just laying there bloodied up. I mean, it was really bad. But anyways, now on to the main event card. I was surprised with the prelims. They only showed 2 prelims, but I guess now with the Facebook showings, they don't put that many fights for the actual real Spike prelims. So anyways, let's go into the main event card. First fight was Rory McDonald versus Mike Pyle. I really thought this was going to be more of a like going the distance kind of fight because I mean, Rory McDonald's a beast. I mean, he's only 22 years old. He's pretty much another John Jones here, folks. I mean, this guy is so well rounded, and he's just gonna get better. So I really think that the welterweight division needs to watch out with this kid. But the fight started, and they were just kind of feeling each other out, and it actually happened really fast. I'm surprised Roy McDonald was able to stop Mike Pyle in the first round. I mean, and it was in Mike Pyle's guard. I mean, it was very crazy. I mean, Mike Pyle is a very good veteran of the sport, and he's very well rounded, and he's got a really good guard too. And I mean, Mike Pyle just couldn't do much, and he got caught with a nice hard left punch to the jaw when he was on the ground, and that's when he began to curl up. It really hurt him, and then Roy McDonald just swarmed on him, and he just blasted him away, and he via TKO round 1, Roy McDonald won. And I mean, this kid McDonald is like, they're starting to say he's gonna be the new GSP, and I mean, I definitely think he definitely could. So next fight that happened was the Jorge Rivera, and I'm not going to fuck this name. I'm just going to say his last name, which is Philippou. Well, what a crazy name that is. But anyway, that's Matt Serra's boy that's training. it was Jorge Rivera, Philippou. This fight went the distance. You know, I was kind of not so happy with Jorge Rivera's performance. You know, I'm not sure if he's lost passion for fighting or what, but he just did not really deliver as good. I mean, you know, especially for the past fights, except for the Bisping fight, which once again, you know, he pretty much fought just like how he fought in the Bisping fight. And, you know, it just wasn't as great, and Philippou really picked him apart. And I mean, you know, and actually, I believe it was in round 2 where Philippou hurt Jorge Rivera, and I really thought they were going to stop the fight, but Jorge Rivera, you know, held in there. I mean, that's one thing about Jorge Rivera. He has a very big heart, so, you know, he will keep fighting until his body cannot move. So, yeah, he had him very badly hurt, and fucking, he somehow reversed it because they were on the ground. He reversed it and got on top, and but it was, you know, it wasn't the best fight on the card, but you know, Philippou won by split decision. So you know, I'm not sure what Jorge Rivera's gonna do. I'm thinking Zuffa is probably gonna cut him. I mean, they might give him one more chance, but I think they probably will cut him. But we'll just have to find out on that one. And on to the next fight. Dennis Hallman and Brian Embersol. Wow, guys, if you have not seen this this pay-per-view with Dennis Hallman, oh my god, he came out there with some, it wasn't even Speedos, it was like tighty whities. Ugh, it was very bad. And it's so funny when I saw the post-fight interviews, Dana White was not happy with that shit. And what was even funnier is that he gave Embersol a $70,000 bonus just for finishing Hallman so fast. That was just hilarious. But well, I told you who won, but I'll still talk about the fight. I mean, it was a very crazy fight. I really didn't think Embersol would finish it like that and so fast, but when the bell rang for the first round, Dennis Hallman just bull charges the fuck out of Embersol and somehow grabs his back and gets him on the ground, and pretty much for a good minute he almost had the rear naked choke. I was like, whoa. I mean, as soon as, you know, Hallman had his back and he had the hooks and everything, I was like, uh-oh, Embersol's done. But out of nowhere, Embersol fought it off. You know, he got out of it. That was kudos to Brian Embersol for that. You know, but he's also a veteran with more than 50 fights like Hallman. So, but Embersol got out of it, and then pretty much they, you know, stood back up. Then Embersol came out of nowhere, took Hallman down, and in Hallman's guard. I mean, Hallman is a really good high-level submission fighter. I mean, and in Brian Hallman's guard, or not Brian Hallman, Dennis Hallman's guard, he destroyed Dennis Hallman. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, the sounds of the elbows when it was crushing down on Hallman's face was just nasty, man. Oh my god, it was incredible. But it was an awesome performance for Brian Embersol, and he seems like he's going to be a pretty good threat. So watch out for Brian Embersol. And yeah, he stopped him in the first round via TKO. Yeah, it was a devastating ground and pound. I mean, and it was good. I mean, I was happy to see like an actual ground and pound like this. I haven't really seen like you haven't seen much ground and pound finishes, and this was a devastating, like the old days of Mark Coleman fucking destroying like gorilla fucking people on the ground. It was real brutal. But yeah, Brian Embersol won on that one. So on to the co-main event, Vitor Belfort and Yoshihiro Akiyama, which, I mean, even before the fight started, I knew this was gonna be a quick fight. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. I mean, Yoshihiro Akiyama's style is just stand and bang, which I thought he took Belfort lightly, because Akiyama should have had a different game plan of trying to get this fight to the ground. I mean, because Belfort has the sickest, deadliest hands, and he's got really good boxing. So, and it pretty much showed in this fight where he pretty much destroyed Akiyama in less than 2 minutes in the first round, and it was devastating how he, and actually another thing as well on how strong Vitor Belfort's hands are. It was another grave punch, the same way he put away Rich Franklin. It was a grazed punch that just knocked Akiyama down, and Belfort just swarmed on him with the lightning fist in his face. And there was this one hook that just hit the button on Akiyama, and Akiyama just completely just dropped. Like, his whole body just went limp. It was, I mean, it looked kind of scary. I mean, I kind of thought he killed him. It was ridiculous how the one punch just boom, and Akiyama was out motionless for a good number of seconds. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, Vitor Belfort knocked out Akiyama in the first round, another 2 minutes, and he got a knockout of the night, of course, because that was a sick ass fucking knockout. But anyway, sorry for my voice, I'm a little sick, so but anyways, on to the main event, which was Rashad Evans versus Tito Ortiz. And this fight, I'm not sure about this fight. Everyone was saying, oh, Rashad Evans showed how improved he is, but really, I didn't see much. I mean, yeah, he improved in his stand-up a little bit, but I really didn't see too much like everyone was saying. Although I was surprised, and I give kudos to Rashad Evans. He hadn't fought in 14 months, and he didn't really show any ring rust. But for Tito, hey, I mean, Tito's the man for taking the fight. 2 weeks notice. Right after he just fought. So he really didn't have much of a good camp to prep for Evans. So, but he really I really thought that Tito should have really went for more takedowns, because Tito just went really for one takedown, which was right in the beginning of the first round. And if the cage wasn't there, Tito would have had him on the ground. I mean, the takedown was there, but Rashad Evans used the cage to get up. So, I mean, if Tito threw a little bit more takedowns, he definitely could have maybe done something more. So, but yeah, the fight went to the second round, and toward the end there, Rashad Evans TKO'd Tito Ortiz. He pretty much started swarming him with punches, just like Chuck did when he had Tito's back on the cage, and Tito fell on his knees, and then Rashad Evans stood up and threw this nice knee to the solar plex, and then pretty much Rashad Evans just swarmed on Tito, and the fight was done. TKO win for Rashad Evans, which, hey, kudos to him. He's finally finishing people off. That's what I want to see. I mean, come on, just taking down people and just having them on the ground, and not even ground and pounding on them is, far, something else. But all in all, that was the whole pay-per-view. I don't want to go over the Facebook fights because I'm running out of time here, guys. So I hope you like this, and please like and subscribe if you do. If you're an MMA fan, let's unite here. And I'm going to be doing this now a lot. So I'll see you guys once again next week with UFC Rio. Alright, guys, and also I probably will be doing predictions as well, so I'll probably do a prediction for UFC Rio. So take care, guys, and have a good one.